they smile at you, they shake your hand, they call you friend. And behind that smile, behind those eyes, there is a blade waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Stop being nice. 7 polite habits destroying your respect. I am going to tell you something that will make you uncomfortable, something that might even make you angry. But anger is just resistance to truth, and truth does not negotiate. The truth is this: everything you think you know about success, about relationships, about power, is a carefully constructed lie designed to keep you exactly where you are. You have been taught to be good, to be fair, to play by the rules, to wait your turn. And while you have been following those instructions like an obedient dog, someone else has been reading a different manual. They have been studying Machiavelli. They have been learning the dark arts. They have been practicing the moves that polite society pretends do not exist. And now they are winning. They have the career you wanted, the relationship you dreamed of, the life you thought would be yours if you just worked hard enough, if you just stayed good enough, if you just believed enough. But you stayed stuck. You stayed safe. You stayed where they needed you to stay. This is your wake-up call. There is a concept in warfare called the fog of war. It means that in the chaos of battle, nobody knows what is really happening. Information is incomplete. Perception is distorted. Fear magnifies threats. Hope creates illusions. In that fog, the side with the clearest vision wins. Life is the same. Most people are living in a fog so thick they cannot see their own hand in front of their face. They make decisions based on feelings. They react to triggers. They follow impulses. They believe narratives without questioning the source. They trust people without testing their loyalty. They assume good intentions because assuming bad intentions feels cynical, feels dark, feels wrong. And while they are busy being good, someone else is being effective. Machiavelli was not teaching evil. He was teaching realism. He was saying, look at the world as it is, not as you wish it to be. He was saying that if you bring a knife to a gunfight because you think violence is wrong, you are not moral, you are dead. Morality is a luxury of the powerful. The powerless do not get to choose their values. Their values are chosen for them by whoever holds the gun. This is why you must acquire power first, not for its own sake, not to dominate others, but to protect yourself, to build something, to create the space where you can actually live according to your values. You cannot be good if you are dead. You cannot be generous if you are broke. You cannot help others if you are drowning. Power is not the enemy of virtue. Powerlessness is. Now let me tell you about the most dangerous trap you will face. It is called the savior complex. This is the belief that you can fix people, that you can save them, that if you just love them enough, sacrifice enough, give enough, they will change. This belief will destroy you. It will drain you of energy, money, time, sanity. It will leave you empty and bitter. And the person you tried to save, they will resent you for it. Machiavelli understood this. He said the one who deceives will always find those who allow themselves to be deceived. People do not want to be saved. They want to stay exactly where they are while complaining about it. They want the comfort of victimhood without the responsibility of change. When you try to pull them out of their hole, they will pull you in, not because they are evil, but because misery loves company, and your success makes their failure more obvious. You must learn to identify the unsavable, the chronically unlucky, the perpetually offended, the forever victim, the always right. These people are black holes. They consume light and give back nothing. You cannot fill them. You cannot fix them. You can only exhaust yourself trying. The smart move is to walk away. Let them drown in their own choices. Save your energy for those who actually want to climb, who actually want to grow, who who actually have the humility to learn. This brings us to a critical distinction. There is a difference between being ruthless and being cruel. Cruelty is hurting people for pleasure. Ruthlessness is making hard decisions for a purpose. When you cut someone out of your life who is draining you, you are not being cruel. You are being ruthless. You are choosing your survival over their comfort. This is not only acceptable, it is necessary. Now, I need to tell you about the most dangerous person you will ever meet. It is not your enemy. It is not your rival. It is not the person who hates you. The most dangerous person you will ever meet is yourself. Specifically, the version of yourself that you refuse to acknowledge. Carl Jung called this the shadow. Machiavelli understood it without naming it. It is the part of you that you have disowned, the parts you were taught were bad, wrong, unacceptable. Maybe you were taught that anger is bad, so you buried your anger. But anger did not disappear. It just went underground. Now it leaks out as passive aggression, as sabotage, as sudden explosions that you cannot control. Maybe you were taught that ambition is selfish, so you buried your ambition. But ambition did not disappear. Now it shows up as resentment toward those who are successful, as self-sabotage when you get close to a goal, as a quiet voice telling you that you do not deserve more. Your shadow is running your life from behind the curtain. It is making decisions for you. It is choosing your relationships. It is limiting your success, and you cannot see it because you refuse to look at it, but everyone else can see it. Your shadow is obvious to everyone except you. This is why feedback feels like an attack, because it is shining a light on the thing you are hiding from yourself. To integrate your shadow, you must do something terrifying. You must admit that you are capable of everything you judge in others. You must admit that you are selfish, cruel, manipulative, cowardly, weak, not always, not primarily, but capable. You have the capacity for darkness. And the moment you admit that, the moment you stop pretending to be pure, you gain power, because now you are whole. Now you are not fighting half of yourself. Now you can use all of your energy instead of wasting it on denial. Machiavelli was not afraid of his shadow. He looked at it directly. He said, yes, I am capable of deception. Yes, I am capable of ruthlessness. Yes, I will do what is necessary. And because he was not in denial, he was more ethical than the people who pretend to be good while unconsciously doing harm. He knew what he was doing. He chose it consciously. That is integrity, even if it is dark integrity. Most people are unconsciously destructive. They hurt people while telling themselves they are being helpful. They manipulate while telling themselves they are being honest. They are cowards while telling themselves they are being strategic. This unconscious self-deception is more dangerous than conscious malice because at least the conscious villain knows what he is. The unconscious villain thinks he is the hero. Let me give you the framework for reading people. This is the skill that separates amateurs from masters. Most people listen to words. Words are the least reliable form of communication. Words are easy to fake, easy to perform, easy to manipulate. A Machiavellian listens to everything except words. Watch their body language. Are they leaning in or pulling away? Are their arms crossed or open? Are they making eye contact or looking away? The body does not lie. The body reveals what the mouth is trying to hide. Watch their micro expressions, that flash of contempt, that flicker of fear, that brief moment of genuine joy before they remember to perform the appropriate reaction. These micro expressions happen in fractions of a second. Most people miss them. You cannot afford to. Listen to what they do not say, the topic they avoid, the question they deflect, the name they never mention. Silence is information. Omission is data. When someone is talking around something, they are protecting something. That something is where the power is. That something is what you need to know. Watch their patterns over time. One interaction tells you nothing. 10 interactions tell you everything. Do they keep their word? Do they show up when it is inconvenient? Do they celebrate your wins or subtly diminish them? Do they take responsibility or deflect blame? Patterns do not lie. Character is not what someone does once. Character is what someone does consistently. Learn to identify the masks people wear. The nice guy who is actually resentful. The strong leader who is actually terrified. The humble servant who is actually entitled. The confident expert who is actually a fraud. Everyone is wearing a mask. Your job is to see the face beneath it, and you do that not by confronting them, not by accusing them, but by creating situations where the mask slips. Stress reveals truth. Pressure reveals character. Crisis reveals who people really are. Now, the ultimate skill, learning to predict behavior. This is what separates good chess players from grandmasters. A good player sees the current board. A grandmaster sees 20 moves ahead. You do this by understanding incentive structures. People do not do what they say they will do. People do what they are incentivized to do. If you want to predict someone, ignore their promises and look at their incentives. What do they gain? What do they lose? What are they afraid of? What do they desire? When you understand someone's incentives, you can predict their moves with terrifying accuracy. You can see the betrayal coming before they even know they are going to betray you. You can see the loyalty forming before they even know they are going to be loyal. You are playing a different game. You are playing in the future while they are stuck in the present. That is power. We have come to the end, but this is not really an ending. This is a threshold. On one side of this threshold is the person you were when you started reading. That person believed in fairness, in karma, in the triumph of good over evil. That person thought that working hard and being nice was enough. That person was naive. That person was a child. On the other side of this threshold is someone different, someone colder, clearer, more dangerous, someone who sees the game board, someone who understands that life is not fair, that justice is a luxury, that power goes to those who take it, not those who deserve it. Which side are you going to choose? You can close this video and go back to sleep. You can pretend you did not hear what you heard. You can tell yourself that Machiavelli was wrong, that the world has changed, that you do not need these dark skills because you are good and goodness wins in the end. You can choose that and you will stay exactly where you are, safe, comfortable, powerless. Or you can cross the threshold. You can accept that the world is a battlefield and you have been walking around unarmed. You can accept that human nature is not what you were taught it was. You can accept that to survive, to thrive, to build something real, you need to understand the dark arts, not to become evil, but to stop being a victim. Here is what happens when you cross. At first, you will feel guilty. You will feel like you are betraying some moral code. That guilt is your old programming trying to keep you small. Push through it. After the guilt comes clarity. You start seeing things you never saw before. You see the manipulation in every advertisement. You see the power plays in every meeting. You see the emotional blackmail in every guilt trip. You see the strings attached to every favor. And once you see it, you cannot unsee it. The world becomes transparent. People become predictable. And you realize that you have been playing checkers while everyone else was playing chess. But now you know the rules. Now you can play. Now you have a chance. This is not about becoming heartless. This is about becoming strategic. You can still love. You can still be generous. You can still help people, but you do it from a position of strength, not weakness. You choose who deserves your energy. You set boundaries. You protect your peace. You do not allow parasites to drain you. You do not allow predators to hunt you. You become the apex predator in your own life. Machiavelli has been dead for 500 years, but his lessons are immortal. Because human nature is immortal. We are still the same animals we were then. We just have better technology. The game is the same. The stakes are the same. The only question is whether you are going to play or be played. So make your choice. You can hate what you learned here. You can call it dark. You can call it cynical. You can call it evil. Or you can call it truth. And truth does not care what you call it. Truth just is. The lion does not concern himself with the opinions of sheep. And if you want to survive in a world full of wolves, you better stop being a sheep. You better start growing teeth. This is your moment. This is your wake-up call. What are you going to do with it?